Hello everyone. Today I'm gonna talk about the conflicting legal issues surrounding data ownership in the Europe and the United States. So what is data ownership? The data ownership is a data owner has administrative control and has been officially designated as accountable for a specific information or dataset. So let me introduce the background of a conflicting legal issue about the data. So as you know, the increasing data is collected by companies like Google, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and so on every single day. Because most of the internet company has realized that the data produced by people is very useful and valuable. So they can use those data through some method to get some informative information to improve the servers. Secondly, transferring data cross board is very necessary. For example, if I post a photo on Facebook and my friend in China who can have the access to this photo, so which is a sort of a form of transferring data crossover board. Why this is very important? Because it can enhance the communication between people in different countries. And there are existing a lot of problems that were exposure along with data, and I will talk about those problems later. And lastly, there is no common practice and international regulation to defend the ownership of data and to protect the individual privacy. So this is the root of conflicting legal issue. And let me talk about the problems which is caused by data. So the first problem is data leakage, which is one of the biggest data problem. So for example, in 2018, the Facebook company has claimed that they have leaked 50 millions of Facebook accounts to public. This is very dangerous. So thinking about this, if a Korean hides the access to your social account and who can post some advertisement and some improper pictures on your social account homepage, so which will damage your reputation and cause a lot of issues on you. The second problem is data steal. So if someone are very good at computer and can hack your critical information from the critical company database system, then they can easily take the money from your critical. So the third problem is data modification. So it's like a hacker who can change the balance of the debit card from the bank database system without being caught. So, well, which will cause a big loss of the bank. So let's see what's the data protection rule in Europe. Well, on May 25, 2018, the Europe has enacted a general data protection regulation. So the goal of the regulation is to empower individuals to control the personal data and establish a single set of data protection rules in Europe. It turns out that it has become a benchmark of data protection regulation in the Europe. And next, let us see what's the data protection rule in France and in Germany. So in France has a little bit more experience of data protection. So in 1978, the France has enacted a regulation of informative technologies, data files, and civil liberties data protection. And it has some advantages. It provides the blueprint for the data protection rule of the Europe. And however, it has its own disadvantages. It illustrates vaguely the privacy rights of minors and contain no specific rules for internet data. So which is not useful for current information age. So currently, the France enact post GDPR, so which is a refined version of data protection rule of the Europe. So let's see what is the data protection rule in German. So the German has enacted a different data protector regulation, which is called the Federal Data Protection Act in June 2017. However, its current situation is that the FDPA is not force enacted by the government, but at least it's better than there's no rule, right? And what the challenges that the US has confronted with since the Europe has made the GDPR regulation. So firstly, the enactment of General Data Protection Rule caused the huge cost of US international companies to get into compliance, because there is a rule in the General Data Protection Regulation says that if a company wants to access to individual data without consent, which can cause a punishment as higher as $700,000, that is only for one people, is a very big punishment. So as a result, the methods of data collection of the big internet companies such as Google, Apple, WhatsApp, Instagram, and Twitter are challenging, because they will have no access to individual data for the Europe marketing. And they cannot use the data mining method to get information from people's data. The US government says that the General Data Protection Rule has significantly hampered the development of worldwide business. Besides, the US government still confronted with some domestic issues, because the increased Americans has realized that the importance of their own privacy. So the government needed to enact some rules to determine the ownership of the personal data and to protect the personal privacy. So my recommendation for data transfer: first, we need to build a bottom-up consensus-based process, creating policies that are trusted through the internet ecosystem. So which means we need to trust those big companies who can keep our privacy data safe, and we are not use the state for other commercial purpose. So the second recommendation is the register should protect the individual privacy and at the same time provide the convenience for business as well. A summary. So in order to fix the conflicting legal issues around the world, we need to build an intelligent evaluation system to classify data, whether the data is privacy or not. If the data is very privacy, so which cannot be used by others, not alone companies. The second thing is we need to create a new and global recognizing legal regulation to identify the ownership of data and protect the individual's privacy. Because different countries have their own regulations, which can cause some unnecessary conflicting legal issues. Thirdly, we need to construct an international institution to supervise the enactment of the new rules. So think about this, if we have a rule, but there is no country to follow this rule, so the rule is gonna be useless. Thank you.